What's up, comic and stop vulture bands? This is James with Mint Hunter Comics, and we got a CGC unboxing. I do these types of submissions all the time, and I don't always make a video, but there's one book in here that was part of a vintage submission that turned $400 into $2,500. So I'm definitely saving that book for last. I submitted 4 vintage books and something like 15 moderns, I believe. Let's get into it. You guys are probably getting tired of seeing this book. Well, I gotta tell you, this is the last of the ones I had. 1973 Ghost Rider #2, the beautiful 9/6 white pagers. That is the first appearance of Son of Satan, Damon Hellstrom. That is a Ghost Rider #2, 9/6. And the value has dropped so hilariously on that book that it is actually fairly affordable, relatively speaking here, but still, wow. I got a 9/4. Keep in mind, of my Ghost Rider #2s, I have successfully pulled 3 9/8s of that in the past. One of them is signed by Roy Thomas. And the last one is an 8.5. The 8.5 I actually already put on my eBay and has already sold. So that one is gone, but I got a 9/4 and 9/6. And hell, I'm even putting up one of the 2 signed 9.8s up if you want it. I'm going to save the last vintage for the end. But let's keep it going with our moderns. Here we have Batman 28. This is the first appearance of Harper Row as Bluebird. Now, what's interesting is I actually found a combo pack edition, which commands a nice little value there. Did get the 9.6. I will say I was hoping for a 9.8. Obviously, with books like these, the 9.8s are always going to do the best. But a 9.6 is still pretty cool for the combo pack edition because they make up like 1% of the copies. Pretty cool. Then we've got a first appearance of Damian Wayne. This was the either 1 in 10 or 1 in 25 variant. I thought it was a 9/6, and it got a 9/6, so that definitely works. It's actually about $250. I think the 9.8 does something crazy, but the 9.6, that totally works. Then we have the first appearance of Jaime Reyes. We have Infinite Crisis #5. Jim Lee cover. There is a George Perez one as well, but people like this one because he is front and center. Both of them, unfortunately, got the 9.6. I actually thought both were 9.8 candidates. Whatever, a 9.6 is so razor close. And there's still a good value there. I will make a small profit. I maybe should have done a pre-screen, but that's okay. Then we've got a Green Lantern 211 from 1987. It is also the newsstand. Survived all these years to get us a 9.8 with white pagers. That is just a book for the personal collection. You know I've been building the Green Lanterns for a while. And that's a 9/8, so that is a keeper. Another one, this one from Volume 3, otherwise called the Kyle Rayner run for you 90s heads. #2 has eluded me for a while. That's been one of the ones I've been missing. Probably because of that black spine. It's been a tough one, but I finally got it. We're going to go with another Green Lantern, I think the last one. And this is a $500 book, my friends. This is 141. The first appearance of the Omega Men. That'll be for sale. Next is a book that got a 9.6. And this is one of the sharpest drop-offs from a 9.8. It is the first appearance of Indiana Jones in comic books. And the 9.6 is decently under $100, like 65, $70 or something. The 9.8 is over 300. Huge difference for the tiniest grade increment. That is one of the most egregious drop-offs I've seen. Next up, we have Flash issue #9 from 1988. You guys know I love submitting weird stuff. Underrated books, DC underrated books. Oh, special spot in my heart. That is the first appearance of the Chunk, which is a character that's a bit of a Wilson Fisk knockoff, I'll admit. But it is what it is, and that's pretty cool. I also was able to get them to update the notes. For the longest time, they said Chunk appearance. They finally updated it to first appearance of Chunk. Warlock, #9. I'm really pumped about this. I thought this was going to be a 9.4. We did get the 9.6. First meeting of Warlock and Thanos. Now, it's not the 9.8, but it does have a nice little value. 1975, just meeting the cutoff for the modern submission. Next up, we are going to do, I thought this was a 9.6, and it got it. Death of Supergirl, iconic. Crisis on Infinite Earths, number 7, 1985. Does it get much classic George Perez cover than that? I'm not too sure. He had a lot of great covers. That is one of his finest and most recognizable. Then we're going to go, speaking of iconic covers, who does this, by the way? Andy Mashinsky and Alex Savick. Okay. This is the Spider-Hulk. And the value on that is down from what you might remember. It's at like 140, maybe 130. Still, 9.8 white pages. That'll do, pig. Then I thought this was the perfect time to do it, but then there is that whole MCU controversy, but still, it's a 1986 9.8 with white pages, so I can't complain. Kang versus Mortis Key. Very awesome cover. Love that one. And there it is in a perfect 9.8 white pager. We're doing good here. Back in the 9.8s, only to be brought down once again by one more 9.6. We got Hulk number 1. It says first appearance of Red Hulk. It's really like first cover appearance of Red Hulk. But there it is. Gorgeous. This is Green Lantern 48. I have always gotten 9.8s out of this book. This is the first appearance of Kyle Rayner. I was kind of hoping to keep that streak going, but you know what? A 9.6 is just more affordable. So there you go. Next up, we're going to hit you with a horribly underrated DC book, which is my favorites. This is the first appearance of Impulse and cover appearance. What's interesting about this copy might not be the DC Universe variant, but it is the newsstand. So that's got a nice little value associated with it. The newsstand does command, obviously, more than the direct edition, especially since it's 1994. So the amount of newsstands was about 5%. And the fact that it stayed this nice after all that time is pretty spectacular. Next up is one of the best. I still think the last book is the best one, but this is crazy. And to think I almost sold this at a claim sale for $30. The Death of Dracula, the final issue of Tomb of Dracula from 1979, that is issue 70, getting the 9.8 white pages. That's going to be $400 or something close to it. That's a winner right there, my friends. Let me just take a second. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Don't even remember where I got that from, but my, that is nice. Second to last book, we have the incredibly rare and newsstand second printing / newsstand edition of the first appearance of Huntress, Helena Bartonelli, which is one of my favorite Bat family members. This has a nice value. If only it got the 9.8, this would have been a keeper, but I am going to put it for sale. 9.6. It is gorgeous. This is one of the ones I did think was going to get the 9.8, but that's okay. Now, this last book is a book that I bought for $400. Now, what's especially nice about this is that I did the clean and press myself, which I usually don't have time to do. So I'm incredibly happy with it. We both thought that it would get a 7.5 to an 8. It got the 9.2. Folks, that is the first appearance of Werewolf by Night, and it's about $2,500. I've spent $400 on it. Let's say an extra $50 to get it graded. I'm $450 in, so I'm gonna make $2,000 off of that. Another book that I almost just sold for what I paid for it at my claim sales. So I'm really glad I decided to not sell that for what I bought it for and get it graded, because sometimes you get a win like this. 9.2 for the first Werewolf by Night. That's not bad, my friends. That's not bad at all. Quick little video, happy to share it with you. What successes have you got in your pickups lately? Let me know in the comments below and keep on hunting. Make sure to come down to Sentiment Depot Antiques and Collectibles, where I'm set up with all of my comics, located at 238 West Delaware Ave, Pennington, New Jersey. Open every day except for Monday and Tuesday. Enjoy 10% off from Wednesday to Friday. See you there.